Good morning, children. I'm Sanmis here. You all know which lesson we are studying now. We are in our 14th lesson, that is electric current and its effect. Last class, we studied the symbols of electric components. That was the class which we started. So I told you, you have a cell. A cell is represented by two lines. One line is thin and other line is short and thick. So that is the symbol which we are representing the electric cell. So the thin line is the positive terminal and the shorter thick line is the negative terminal of a cell. Then we saw the symbol for the bulb. We saw the symbol for the switches also and how the wires are connected. Then we studied what is a battery. So a cell, when there is two or more cells connected in a circuit, it is called a battery. When there are two or more cells together, they are called the battery. Now, circuit means, I told you, it is the path of the electric current. The electricity is passing through one way, that is called the circuit. So we have studied that when the switch is in on position, how the bulb glows, and when the switch is in the off position, the bulb will not glow. So I told these two lines, that there are two dots. This short line is the switch and it is not touching the 2 points. So that means the switch is in the off position and the bulb is not glowing. In the next picture you can see the bulb glowing because the two lines are, the 2 points are touching. That is, the switch is in the on position. Next is the bulb. We know that what makes the bulb glow means inside the bulb you have a small thin wire, coiled wire, that is called the filament. That filament inside the bulb makes the bulb glowing. Okay, all this we saw in the last class. Now you must have, and now one more thing. We had drawn the circuit diagram, but it can be in any position, right? The switch can be in any position, the bulb can be drawn in any position, the cell can be in any other position. When you draw a circuit diagram, it is not necessary it should be in the same position. Okay, so that is the circuit diagram. Okay. Now next is when a bulb is hot, that is when a bulb is glowing, and when that is in the switch is on position, the bulb will glow. When you touch the bulb, it is like very hot. So why it is hot? That means the current, or it is making the bulb glow, emits heat also. It gives out heat also. So in this lesson or in this video, we are going to see how the heat or the current gives us heat also. We are going to study the heating effect of electric current. Now, take a nichrome wire, that means you get it from electrical shops, and tie this to two nails. Now, when the switch is in the on position, the current starts flowing through this, and after some time, when you touch the nichrome wire, you can feel it is very hot. So that means the current is flowing through this, and the nichrome wire is become hot now. So this is the heating effect of electric current. So you have seen a lot of home appliances where these we use this heating effect of current. That is, we use electric room heaters, electric rice cookers. So all these are like they give out heat when electricity is passed. So we use it in room heaters and room electric cookers. Now, there is few coils of wire inside this. These appliances, if you open it, electric iron box or some electric home appliances which we use with electricity, there is a coil of wire inside that. That wire is called the element. So this element only is getting heated to give out when electricity is passed. This element will you can actually see it, that is this element will become red hot. That means it is very hot when the electricity is passing through that. Because of the passage of current, it becomes red hot. You can see it red in color. It will be glowing. Okay, so I told you there is a coil of wire that is called element in the um, home appliances, electrical appliances. When the electricity passes through this, it will become red hot and heat is given out. So that is the electric or the heating effect of electric current. Okay. Now there are incandescent bulbs uh, where they are used for the lighting purposes. That means to give the light. So this incandescent bulb, it gives out light. Plus, after some time, this bulb becomes hot also. So little amount of heat is also generated. So what happens? The electricity is consumed not only for giving out light, but also heat is also given out. So there is a wastage of electricity. So nowadays there are so many other kinds of bulbs are used to save the electricity. Yeah, nowadays, fluorescent tube lights and CFLS, that is the compact fluorescent lamps are used to save electricity. Nowadays, commonly used are LED, that is light emitting diode bulbs are used to save the electricity. Okay, so when we are using electrical gadgets, you have to see it is consuming electricity very less, only then you have to use. And when you are using electrical gadgets, it should be of the ISI mark. That is a standard mark from Delhi, that only when you have ISI mark, you are supposed to use all that. So that is safe for using. And one more thing you have to notice, the LED bulb and the fluorescent bulbs, they are having mercury vapor inside. So if at all, if it breaks, it has to be disposed very carefully. Otherwise, it is toxic. The mercury vapor is toxic, so it has to be disposed safely. It is thought that the wire or the element present in the electric appliances becomes hot when electricity is passed through them. But when too much of current is flowing through them, what will happen? Okay, now different appliances and different electric things all are made up of different materials. Now we know the electric wire, we have a plastic coating on them. When you take a ordinary wire, you can see a color plastic coating on them. That is because the plastic is insulation. Insulation means that plastic will not allow electricity to pass through them. So that is why you just can't directly hold on the copper wire inside that. Actually, inside a wire you have copper through which the electricity passes. But but you can't touch that. So that is why you need a plastic coating on the wire. So that is why it is safe to touch. Okay. Now that is the insulation we say, because when the material is not aligned, the plastic is it is a good conductor, it is a bad conductor of electricity. That is insulator, because it does not allow the electric current to pass through them. So that is used for the copper wire through which current can pass. Now, when too much of current is passing, some wires will melt. So I will tell you, Just make a small circuit. Instead of a cell, you keep 2 or 3 batteries together, and instead of nichrome wire, you can use a thin steel wool. Steel wool is the wool which we use for cleaning the vessels in our kitchen. So just tie them and you pass the electric current. After some time, when that steel wool becomes too hot, you can see that it will break. But this such type of wires are used in cases of fuse. So that is needed because to avoid danger. So in very high buildings and very big buildings and all, the fuse will be of such wires. That is, when too much of electricity is passing, that wire will break. When the safe limit of the electricity, when the current is exceeding the safe limit, the wire has got a safe limit for the electricity to pass. But in some case, in some accidents or is going to happen, what happens? If the current is flowing too much, what happens? This wire, the fuse wire will melt and it will break. So what happens? Further electricity is not flowing and the danger is stopped there. So that is why they use such type of wire. That is, when too much of electricity is passed and when too much of heat is passed through them, the wire will melt and break. So such wires are used in fuses to avoid danger. In big buildings, to avoid the fire, what they do is they put such wires. So what happens when too much of electricity is passing in some cases? What happens when the passage of electricity exceeds the safe limit? The wire will melt and it will break. So what happens? Further movement of electricity is not there. So the danger is stopped. The fire is stopped there. So that is in some cases such wires are also used. That is in case of fuse. And now why this danger is happening is when the insulation, I told you the plastic coating melts and when the two wires touch each other, you get a short circuit and fire will come. Then when too much of electric appliances are fitted to one socket, even then there is a chance for short circuit. So to prevent all these fire, fuses are used. That is, in fuses, when too much of current is passing, the wire will break. So such type of wires are present in fuses. Nowadays, miniature fuses are available, MCB. So what happens is they are when too much of current is passing, they will automatically put off the electricity or automatically they will be switched off. So we saw there are so many fuses used in houses, different types, in electrical appliances, different types of fuses are used, and we also spoke about the MCBs, that is the miniature circuit breakers. So all this is the heating effect of current, and we saw that how it is useful for us, and also how to use when it is how it is used for our purposes, and also you have to use these electric. So that is the heating effect of the electric current. So we have studied how it is used in the electric appliances and how it is helping us. That is, it is used for our advantages, and how the fuses are helping, and different type of fuses are used for houses and buildings. So I hope you understood this, children. Next part of this lesson we will see in the next video. So go through the lesson till here and try to answer the text back questions till what we have dealt. We are having one small portion ahead. We will finish it off in the next video. Hope it is clear to you all. Have a nice day, children. Thank you.